There we go. Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing today? Hopefully, you are all doing really, really, really good. Oh, there's the applause right there. And Hellfire's lower third is not going over him. Where's my thing? We're having a little bit of a technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. We're having a slight technical difficulties. There we go. Right there. There's a Hellfire lower thirds.
Hellfire is lagging.
Shouldn't be. You look like you're doing fine.
Yeah, but I'm watching the stream, and on the stream, it keeps like freezing and then fast speeding to catch up.
Okay, well, it looks fine on my side, ladies and gentlemen. So, anyway, how is everybody doing tonight? How is everybody doing? Welcome to another episode of Critical Hit. As you always know, you got myself, you've got Hellfire as well. I'm Retro. It's all clear here, dude. See, it's looking good for them on their side.
Well, maybe my brother is just being whacked.
So we got a lot of you guys in here tonight. We got Hogo in here. We got John Blitz. We got Tabitha. We got Inefficient Skills. Thank you all for being here. We greatly appreciate it. We actually got a really, really nice show for you tonight. A lot of great tech and game news. Some weird news. We've got it all for everybody.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, he's John's like Retro Fire. So we got Retro Fire. Pretty much Retro Fire. Yeah, we got Retro Fire, everybody. Anyway, how are you doing today, Hellfire?
I am doing good. Started the job first day on the job, so it's good to be back to work. I'll just say that.
Well, hey, congratulations on the new job. We haven't had a chance to actually talk per se, except for on the chat with my stream. But
Yep.
congratulations on the job. Glad it was going good, especially for everyone out there. As y'all know, we're dealing with the whole pandemic, COVID stuff still. But yeah, being able to have a job, being able to work that. Do you still have to wear a mask at your job? What's the COVID issues with your job?
Yeah. So most of my job is like outdoors. So if I'm working outdoors, I don't have to wear the mask. If I go inside the office to do any paperwork or to pick up anything that I need, or if I'm going into any of the apartments where people live to do work, then I have to wear the mask in those situations. But if I'm outside, then I don't have to wear the mask.
Got you. Well, I mean that's good. That's good. For me, I can't really say I have anything exciting. No congratulations. I scripted the show, so congratulations. I scripted the show. I pretty much that's all I've been doing today is working on stuff for my personal stream, working on getting the show together. So I have no exciting news, ladies and gentlemen. At least personal exciting news. But hey, that's awesome that you're working, especially during the time of the pandemic. So yeah.
Yep.
Hopefully, how most of y'all out there today, any exciting news from the viewers? Let's hear what y'all got to say. Hellfire, of course, as always, feel free to say something to anybody if you got something to say.
Yep.
Well, I get things.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're getting the first panel up.
Yep. You want to go ahead and move on?
I've got exciting news. I slept off.
I said, yeah, I was reading. He actually posted that in the Discord. He slept it most of the whole day. So hey, that just means your body needed it, Hogo. It means your body needed it. And hey, during the times of the pandemic, health is a major thing, ladies and gentlemen. So sleep is just as good for health purposes as well as mental issues as well.
I will say this. I woke up at 1:30 in the afternoon yesterday. I got the call at 2 p.m. that I was getting the job, and I started today. And then because I slept till 1:30, I didn't fall asleep until like 5 a.m. and I had to be back up at 6:30. So I got like an hour and a half of sleep, and then went to work. And I still haven't been to sleep because I have to stream. So I'm running on an hour and a half of sleep.
Well, I mean, that's
Supplied Jeff. Thank you for the host.
Yes, definitely. Thank you for the host. Most definitely. Hang on a second. Trying to get lighting done. So a little bit better lighting on me. A little on the dark side. Dark side. We have cookies. Nope, that's not cutting it right there. I can get that there. Bear with me for right.
What are you doing over there, Retro?
I'm setting up another light. Leave me alone. Trying to make it to where I look have a little light on me.
Oh.
But it's not working like I want to see. On that side over there. I'm just trying to make it to where I can see me a little bit better, but it's not working out the way I wanted it. It's whatever. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's see. So John Blitz is saying that he was in the live event for Fortnite. Can't get it in my head, ladies and gentlemen. It's like on the tip of my tongue. It won't come out. But John was part of. He got as he was telling us earlier, he got to drive the battle bus in Fortnite. So that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
But speaking of video games and live things and getting to do some cool stuff like driving the battle bus, that leads us into our weird news, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for weird news.
Weird news.
So, before we go talking about actually showing the video, we do have a video clip for it, ladies and gentlemen. For most of you out there, there's a song for a comic book / cartoon / movie / video game that's kind of like I'll sing it for everybody real quick. It's spider lamp, swinging about like a fucking white spider lamp. So pretty much everybody's out there like, what the fuck? Retro, what the fuck are you talking about? Spider lamp? That wasn't how the song goes. So
it is now.
It is now. It is now. You're about to find out why here in a second. Pretty much there's a bug in the new Spider-Man Miles Morales game that is giving people a chance to play the game as a web-slinging patio heater lamp. As we all know, bugs and glitches are pretty much the main part of gaming. We all know that, that some of them suck, okay? And some of them can be quite fun and humorous. That is just taking, well, actually, before we go talking about that, what is your opinion on glitches and bugs in games, Hellfire?
My opinion on them? It depends. Some of them can be fun as shit because, like, I know there's some that are just like it gives you an opportunity to do things that weren't necessarily intended to happen.
Right.
And then I mean you had the at launch Skyrim had the little you turn into a rocket whenever a giant hits you and went to outer space.
Right.
And so that was funny as shit. I used to just like let the giant hit me over and over and over. And then there's lots of instances like that where glitches can be fun. It's not game breaking. It's just funny.
It's fun, right?
Yeah. But then you have glitches that just completely ruin the entire gaming experience.
Yeah.
Like the numerous glitches in Assassin's Creed Unity.
Well, see, there's that. For me, some of the ones I remember is, do you remember in Modern Warfare or Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, they had that one area where it had the water side and had that one boulder at the edge of the water, and you basically go up to there and you go into a crouch and you keep doing the teabagging thing until and try to move around the rock, and you end up going inside the rock. And you pretty much glitch inside the rock, and you're able to shoot people from inside the rock and kill them, but they're not able to hit you. Literally, they're shooting the rock, and the rock becomes like a barrier for you. I thought that was kind of interesting and cool. It's a cheat glitch, but it was a glitch nonetheless. Let's see. Hogo said, if Hellfire mentions Fallout, I'm changing the password on his Pornhub account. So yeah, hey, what's up? Eon Rock and Roll is here. Supply Jeff, Sir Dunksy shared 5 bits because he platinumed Miles Morales. That's awesome, Sir Dunksy. Thank you and welcome to the stream. Leather Rebel, hello and welcome. But yeah, I know that Tabitha, she has Miles Morales as well. So Tabitha, this is going to be something for you because this actually has to do with the Spider-Man Miles Morales game. So we're getting ready to switch to the video here, but this glitch is pretty much causing a player to turn into inanimate objects that they're near when the glitch takes effect. In the video, we're going to show you pretty much one gamer actually turns into a patio lamp heater, and this is where the laughter pretty much ensues. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to the video real quick so that you guys can see this. So what you're seeing here, ladies and gentlemen, is he's playing as a Spider-Man spider lamp, web swinging and all. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. There we go. That right there is the weird news for today. I mean, you can't get no weirder than swinging around the Spider-Man game as an inanimate object. Tabitha says, that is so great. Please tell me how to do it. So right now, Tabitha, we don't know how it happens. Someone may have figured it out right now. It's looking like it's a randomized in the game where it just happens when it wants to. So pretty much, I would
Try different things to see if you. Yeah.
Try
There's
different
another.
things.
There's another glitch I saw earlier, or it was the other day actually. If you in the power up phase, like if you're powering up your hit and you're like squatted down, powering up, and then you enter photo mode, take a photo and exit photo mode. When you exit photo mode, you will be like stuck in that position. The enemies will move around. They won't attack you, and so there's videos of that, and then they're photoshopping. What's the dumb guy, the big dumb guy from Guardians of the Galaxy?
The big dumb guy. Talking about Batista's character.
I don't know who Batista is.
The big muscle bound guy or Groot.
Yeah, yeah. So you remember his scene where he was like, "I've mastered the art of standing so still that I turn invisible."
Right.
So they photoshopped his head when he was saying that, because Spider-Man is literally just standing still, like he's not moving. You can't move him, and the enemies don't see him.
Right, and as you see real quick, Hogo and Dunksy, they're talking about Drax. So yeah, that's Batista's character, played by Batista. Exactly. Yep. Let's see, leather really not too bad. Ended up sleeping. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of glitches in the Spider-Man game, ladies and gentlemen. Tabitha, I will look into how the inanimate object glitch happens and see if I can figure it out for you. But right now, from what I've seen, it's a random occurrence that just happens. Yeah. So hopefully you'll get luck and it happens to you and you're swinging around as an inanimate object. If it happens, Tabitha, make sure you record it and post it so that we can see it. Leather Rebel says, I did the same, Hogo. Okay, talking about her sleeping all day. Okay. Can I Photoshop me in it, John Blitz? Hey, if you got Photoshop and you got the picture, Photoshop, go for it. You can do anything you want to do, bro. So yeah, there's pretty much that. I guess me, like, glitches have been a main part of video gaming, and I love it. Aside from the bad ones, I love of them. Rod Play is here. Welcome, Rod's Play. Hello, how you doing? But yeah, the beast needs to hibernate, Hogo. So yeah, with that.
And I mean, but the Bethesda is kind of like they fixed some of the glitches, but then some of the glitches, they're just like, oh yeah, that's a feature. And in some ways, it is a feature because it's like it wasn't intended to be a feature, but it turns into a feature because everybody loves it because it's funny.
Like my double-sided wall thing.
Like your double-sided wall thing. Like even though they patched it for the special edition, they never patched it in the original Skyrim. If you go back and play the original version of Skyrim, you'll still skyrocket into the sky.
Right. Now, see, for those who don't know, in Fallout 76, there was a glitch that allowed you to create double-sided walls. And when they came out with One Wasteland, that DLC caused them to mess up the glitch where you couldn't do double-sided walls. And people like me were pissed because of the fact that we loved that double-sided wall glitch. Yeah, it was a glitch, but it allowed us to be more creative and make some really cool camp builds. So
Yep.
they finally they saw that we use those for a good reason, and they actually put the glitch back in there, fixing all the other things, but gave us the glitch back. So glitches, believe it or not, some of them are hilarious, some of them are productive and creative, and some of them are downright nasty and not fun at all that they do fix. So I'm glad that supposedly they're leaving this one glitch in there. The When you turn into the inanimate object, because so many people are having a lot of hilarity
Mhm.
in the game, and it's not causing any damage. So they're leaving it in there. So yeah, Hogo says, "Oh yeah, that fucked me right off when building brick buildings in internal walls were brick one side and plaster the other." Yeah, yeah. So I
Mhm.
do the same thing. I like using the double-sided wall so I can put wallpaper on both sides, and I teach people how to do it on my streams quite often, and it allows for, especially now that we got the underground camps, it'll come in handy per se for me there as well. So I'm level 25 on adventure mode. That's nice, John. That's very, 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 very nice. That's awesome. So anyway, that said, it is now time for tech news.
Woo!
So today in tech news, do you want to take this next one? Since you already looked up some extra information on it.
We can. Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Um, so Nvidia just announced a new GeForce RTX card releasing December 2nd, so tomorrow,
Tomorrow.
at the 399 price point. Nvidia releasing another
Another.
3000, yeah, another uh 3000 series card. More specifically, the RTX 3060 Ti. For those in the UK, it will be 369 pounds. It will have 8 gigabytes of memory, and a 1410 megahertz base clock speed, and boost to a 1665 megahertz. It will feature the 12-pin power, and then let me see if I can pull up
The other specs on it.
the other specs that I
So
found.
that's actually really, really cool, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, not only do we have the standard 3060 and the 3070 and the 3090 and the 3080, they're now coming up with the other ones as well. The TI series at $399, where the regular 3060 is going to be 600.
3060?
Yeah, how much was the 3060? 299, right?
Yeah, it was 299.
$299. So $100 difference, you're getting a even better card. So now we have even more choices for and I'll guarantee you, since this is coming out, it won't be long before some of the 2000 series are going to start dropping in price, and we're going to start seeing a lot more cards in stock.
Oh, they're gonna have to, and that's what I'm about to get into. The 30, for those of you who do not know, the 3060 is pretty much just a 2080. It's barely more powerful than the 2080, like minuscule. There's not a whole lot of difference between the 3060, the base 3060, and the 2080. Um, there is some software differences.
Right.
The 30 series cards, the 3000 series cards are better at ray tracing. They have the NVIDIA. They're tweaked to work with the NVIDIA broadcast.
Yep.
So there is some pros to having the 30 series card versus the 20 series card.
So quick, hang on real quick. Dunksy,
Okay.
the 2060, I would recommend because of the price difference. I would recommend a 3060 or a 3060 Ti, because for the price you're paying, you're going to get a little bit of a better card that will use the broadcast app. So if you're gonna go RTX for the price, bro, trust me on this. Go ahead, give it a little time, and go for the 3060 or the 3060 Ti. Trust me on this. It's going to be a lot cheaper and a lot better of a video card. Go ahead and go with what you were saying.
So this 3060 Ti actually squashes not only the 2080 card, which is what the 3060 base model is equivalent to, but it also squashes the 2080 Supers.
Yeah.
It is almost identical to the base model 3070. Like you're barely sacrificing anything if you went to the 3060 Ti instead of a 3070. The only difference between the 3070 and the 3060 Ti is and I'm drawing a blank on the bandwidth. The bandwidth it's about 70 gigabits per second slower than the 3070, but it still clocks in at 448 gigabits per second.
Right, which means just a 70 gigabit per second difference, ladies and gentlemen, is not much of a difference. You have to be someone like me who's trained in video and video streaming and stuff like that to actually see a major difference in that 70 gigabits per second. So
Oh yeah.
so
And when you're talking about gaming, it's not gonna affect a whole lot.
yeah,
I'd say the 3060 Ti is going to be the go-to card for 1440.
right.
1440p gaming, the 3060 Ti is going to be perfect for the next 5-6 years.
Yeah.
But if you're somebody who just needs to have 4K, then obviously the extra $100 going to the 3070, it's worth it because it will give you that 4K gaming. But if you're like me and you don't really care about 4K and you're happy with 1440, like I care more about the frames per second than I do about
Yeah.
4K. 1440 is fine in my book. Then I'm probably leaning more towards the 3060 Ti and saving $100 and putting that $100 towards something else.
And see, real quick, hang on. Hogo's like, I got the 1650 Mini and I chucked that in the other PC because I found my old GTX 7080 10i runs better. So yeah, Hogo, if you ever look for an upgrade, go for the 3060 because of the price wise it's actually worth it. For me, we already know that I have the 3080 already. Thanks to Hogo alert me to a few information. I'm going to be working on getting the i7 1770 I think it was, hang on, it was the I forgot what the processor was. I wrote it down somewhere, but I'll be upgrading my processor to a I think it was a 1770 or something like that. I forgot the exact. There we go. The 3770 chip for my current computer, and once I get the newer computer. Eventually, I'm gonna get a 3060, put the 3080 into the newer computer, and put the 3060 into this current computer. So getting a 3060 is gonna be a lot of money saving stuff and give you really good quality graphics. So it's not a bad way to go.
No, it's not at all. And I talked to you about this retro, but my next step is moving everything out of regular cases and going completely server rack mounted. For me, I've got two PCs sitting here. I've got the router over here. I've got HDMI splitters. I've got cables everywhere. And so by investing in a server rack and 4U cases and sticking the computers inside of that and getting everything put inside of a server rack, I'm going to save so much room and everything's going to be way more organized and my OCD won't be all over the place.
Well, we already know that for me and my setup, I've got the computer, I've got the two Stream Decks. I got a Stream Deck Standard, the Stream Deck XL. I've got my keyboard. I've got literally, guys. I've got my Wacom Cintiq graphics tablet. I've got a 24-inch monitor, a 22-inch monitor. I've got my 16-inch monitor. I've got my Elgato Wave. So I've got a full roundabout setup. Granted, I'm in a tight little itty space. You know, I'm like the genie from Aladdin. You know, infinite cosmic powers and itty little bitty space. So yeah, Hoga says I got an Asus board that I'm gonna be building. Nice, dude, nice. So yeah, with the 3060 Ti, and at the price point that you're getting it at, once that releases tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to start seeing more and more of the 30 series building up. And at the price point, go ahead and ignore the 20 series altogether, because the 3000 series are going to be cheaper than the 20 series and are
they already
far
are.
right, that's what I'm saying, and they're far better. So we're going to start seeing an increase in the amount of them, the stock of them. So Sir Dunksy, ignore the 2000 series. Go ahead and look into the 3000 series. You're going to save money. You're going to have a better quality graphics card, and you're going to be able to use the NVIDIA Broadcast app, which I'm using right now. That's the reason why you cannot hear my noisy heater that's going on right here. Hang on, let me show you guys. Well, maybe not. You can't. You can kind of see it right here. Okay, this noisy little heater. Okay, right now is y'all can't hear this bitch going, but that's because of the RTX. The NVIDIA Broadcast app. The background filter is filtering that out along with the Elgato Wave. You can't hear it blasting right now, and over here it's like, so I can hear it. So
not only that, but the new green screen software that NVIDIA has developed works amazing on the 30 series cards.
But see, here's the
so
cool
I mean, if you're already going to be investing in a graphics card, you're going to be investing in your graphics card. 30 series is right now they are cheaper than 20 series.
Yeah.
So until the 20 series drops, it's already a no-brainer to get the 30 series cards.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a green screen, like I do, then it's worth getting the 30 series card and saving the money and just using the software-based green screen.
Not even that, but their virtual green screen works phenomenally with real green screens. Just so y'all can see, Hellfire is on a regular green screen without the RTX app, okay? My RTX app won't help him because he's not here with my actual camera, but he's on his actual, and you can kind of see where it's messing up down below his arm over here. There's a slight little alterations, whereas my green screen, as you can see, is perfect. In fact, let me hold up my arm real quick.
Yep.
As you can see, the discoloration of my arm, that is coming from my lighting, because I'm running the RTX NVIDIA Broadcast app's green screen background removal with my green screen. So having the green screen enhance along with that NVIDIA Broadcast app enhances that greatly and dramatically alone. So getting that 3000 series card at the price points that they're having now, they're releasing, and I'll guarantee you it'll probably January they'll be releasing the 3070 Ti.
3070 Ti is already out.
It is? I thought the 3070 regular was out.
3070 and 3070 Ti.
Okay, well, see, there we go. That's going to greatly drop. The more they increase the different cards, the more stock it's going to build up. And at the price point that they're going at, more people have them. And I'll promise you, sometime next year, when more people have the 3000 series, we're going to see a major jump in stream quality from multitudes of streamers.
I think this, unless they do because there's rumors, I don't think they've actually announced it, unless I missed the announcement. There's rumors of the 2090 Ti.
Yeah, there's rumors. Ti. I haven't seen nothing from them, but I've heard other people saying that. So it's hard to say.
The only card that I can see at this point that will get another iteration of it is the 3090 if they choose to do that.
But with the success of the 3000 series, I don't see it happening.
It's very possible because the 3000 series is still a 3000 series card. But the price point for that, I mean, the 3090 by itself is already overkill.
Right.
It's so powerful, it's stupid. But they may, for the enthusiasts out there, make a 3090 Ti. It's possible.
It's possible. I'm not saying they're not going to, but I'm saying I don't think they will because of the success and price points of the 3000 series, and as many people wanting the 3000 series, I see a decrease in the sales of the 2000 series.
I'm not talking about the 2006. The 3090,
Oh,
not the
I thought you
2090.
said the 2090. I'm sorry.
3090.
Yes, that is something they will make a 3090 Ti. I can pretty much guarantee that at the price point, they're gonna want something that gives them a little bit more of a price overhead. And
That's why I said the 3090 is stupidly overpowered
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
by itself. So imagining what a 3090 Ti is going to be. Because here's the thing: the 3080. For those of you who don't know, you're going to have 1,000-watt power
And,
supply to
yeah,
run the
yes, oh
3080.
yes, oh yes.
So, and the 3090, people are saying 1,000 watts isn't enough. They're having to bump up to 1,200. Nobody buys any. I mean, 1,000 watts are rare that people actually buy for their gaming PCs.
Yeah, see with
12,000 is even more rare. You're talking about one card getting a power supply that is normally reserved for mining rigs.
So Hogo's saying that he heard that the SLIs are being phased out completely.
They already are. They
Yeah,
already phased out.
Yeah, they are completely phased out already. You may find some stragglers out in the out in the wasteland, but yeah, they're completely phased out.
The 30 series cards still have the slot, but they don't support SLI.
Yeah. So, and with the power supply, you can run the 3080 on a lower wattage power supply. You just won't be able to push you won't be able to push nothing, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I can already tell you that right now. I'm running mine on on a lower watt, and there's a lot of features that mine has that I just found out that it has that I can't do because I don't have the power supply to do those things, which sucks.
Well, not only that, but you're also bottlenecked because of your CPU.
Yes, yeah.
I saw Linus Tech Tips hooked up his 3080 with I think an i9 and like 32 gigs of RAM. It was like I think it was a $50,000 PC build is what he was building.
Right.
But I think he had an 800-watt power supply. It's either 750 or 850, one of the two. And he launched Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which at this point is what, a 5-year-old game.
Yeah, 5-year-old. Yeah,
it's like 5 years old, and it played for 2 seconds, and the whole computer shut down because it was drawing too much power. The power supply couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
When you go pushing the game and there's no bottleneck and that GPU can open up and go wide the fuck open, you're gonna have drawing too much
And
power. You're gonna
why-
have to get 1,000-watt power.
That's
supply.
the reason why I told you I'd be working on buying that other computer, and I've already pretty much once I get the 3770 CPU to put into this computer, I've already decided that I'm gonna go ahead and go save up and go for an i9 sometime next year.
Yep.
And put the 3080 in that with a 1,000-watt amp, a 1,000-watt power supply, and I'm gonna make a beast gaming computer that will last me a good 20 years, ladies and gentlemen. If I do this right with a 3080 with an i9 processor and a 1,000-watt power supply, and no LEDs in there, maybe some LEDs, but I doubt it. I'm not a flashy type person. That computer will last me quite a long time for the ends of gaming. Okay? Until they come out with some new gaming technology that requires a whole new damn computer, then I'm gonna have to upgrade the damn computer. But yeah. Anyway, moving on from the.
I do want to address the comment going on about building the PCs. The hardest part about building a PC, in my opinion, is getting Windows installed from scratch.
Unless you're like someone like me who actually knows what they're doing.
I know what I'm doing too. It's still like it's the dreaded, for me it is the dreaded part of the PC build.
It's not for me.
Well, I'm glad it's not for you, but a lot of people hate doing it because you gotta download it and then install it and then get the drivers, and I don't like fucking with it. But
right here, all I gotta do, plug this little sucker right in. This is nothing. Literally, this is a Windows 10 64-bit installation USB right here. This takes care of everything for me. I just plug this right in, and I install it right to somebody's computer right here, ladies and gentlemen.
I have a USB that does the same thing. but it doesn't install all the drivers. You still got to go in and get the drivers and download them.
This one installs everything, all the generic drivers. Okay.
Oh yeah, generic drivers come with
run
Windows
you
10.
run off the generic drivers. Once everything's installed, then you should always download and install your drivers once you've got everything in running generic. That should be the very first thing you do when you build a computer and install Windows. Immediately go and do any software updates, any driver installs, and then go and put any other software that you want to put in or anything like that. So
Yep.
there you go. Dunksy says, well, I got to ask for your help when I'm about to install Windows. Hey, Dunksy, you get me a plane ticket to your place. I'll fly over there. We'll have ourselves some drinks. We'll install Windows and have a good time playing some video games. We can stream it together. I'll have no problem with that. You pay for the flight. I'll be there for you. Okay. Let's see. Hogo said last console I remember having graphical upgrade was the Nintendo 64 with the expansion card. See, for me, a lot of people like, oh, I'm going PC only. I'm going PC only. I do like having the consoles, because, and now understand this. Okay, this is gonna make me sound like a bad father here. I like having the consoles because, first of all, let me do a good father moment. I like to spend time with my daughter, and I like to play video games with her. So I do like to play video games with my daughter. Okay, so I do have the consoles, but I like having the consoles because if I make an expensive PC, I don't want my daughter on that. Because my daughter's all about some Roblox. Here I am about to go streaming, and here's my daughter on the computer playing Roblox. An i9 computer to play Roblox. No. Okay. So that's where having the consoles come in handy because it keeps her off my computers. So good father, bad father, all in the same package. I'm a little selfish, ladies and gentlemen. So
yeah, but here's my thing though. Like for me, I mean I have my consoles, I have my PC. I built my brother, my little brother was all the time like messing with my games and messing with this and messing with that. And like I was like, dude, you're cool. I love you to death, but don't touch my computer.
You're selfish
So,
like me.
well, it's my baby. Like you're my brother, yeah, but that is my baby. So that's just where I draw the line. But I was like, you save up, do some yard work this summer. I'll build you a PC. Whatever you can't pay for, I'll cover. So like 2 years ago, he came to me with like $350. He mowed lawns all summer. It's like I got $350. So I threw an extra $300 on there and built him a gaming PC. And now he has his own gaming PC.
And see, that's cool. For me, how it pretty much works is as soon as I can get my hands on an Xbox 5, or Xbox 5, a PlayStation 5. I plan to have both an Xbox and a PlayStation a next gen console, okay? But firstly, I'm working on getting a PlayStation 5, ladies and gentlemen. As soon as I get the PlayStation 5, she gets the PlayStation 4. Okay? I had a Nintendo Switch, but she kind of liberated that and it became hers. So I got to work on getting me a Nintendo Switch now so that I can play with her, I can play with Tabitha and a bunch of others. But yeah, so she gets my hand-me-down game systems. So, I want to keep her off the computer, so I do have the consoles for certain purposes to kind of keep her away from my computers. Let's see. Dunksy said if the 3090 can play Crisis, then that's called a beast of a gaming PC. Oh, dude, I think if I'm correct, I think the 3060 can play Crisis.
Oh yeah.
So any of the 3000 series can play Crisis. Okay.
The 2000, like I think the 2070 was running Crisis in
but with it
like medium
not
settings.
Not up the par though, not like it should.
It was still playing it at medium settings. I'm not talking about like maxed out everything.
Yeah.
The 2080 Supers were playing it maxed out everything, but it was locked at 30 frames per second. The 3060 Ti should very easily play everything you want to play, including Crisis max settings, 60 plus frames a second.
So Tabitha said, when I get a Switch, I need to play Mario Kart with her. You are on. You are definitely on. I will definitely play Mario Kart with you 100%. I'll even stream it. Okay, we'll do some kind of dual stream. You stream, I stream. We'll put up a video camera and have us side by side as we play it. That it's definitely 100% on as soon as I get me a Switch. Do you remember Wipeout on the PS2? Yes, I do remember Wipeout on the PS2.
Funny enough, we've actually got some news
I was
about that
just about
later
to
on.
say that. John gave us the ultimate segue. Hang on one second. She said our friendship will be tested. I will get a Wii U. LOL. I just want to play Wind Waker. I play Wind Waker on my computer. I have ROMs.
Mhm.
But
Uh,
segue.
Moving into that, since John gave us a segue,
Yep.
Xbox Series PS2. Developers for the Xbox are emulating PS2 games on the Xbox Series S and Series X using RetroArch. On the console, people can play their favorite PlayStation 2 games thanks to the developer mode and the UWA, aka the Universal Windows application. It allows the install of RetroArch, which in turn lets a user install emulators and ROMs.
Yeah. So
Uh,
So I think that's kind of cool that somebody with an Xbox Series X can now play retro games on that console.
Especially considering that the PlayStation 5 can't even play PlayStation 2 games.
Right, right. So that's that. I will give like okay. So the PlayStation 5 is a beast console, and so much that it's gonna be the first one I get. But to know that the Xbox Series systems X and S can have RetroArch on it, that's toting some fancy stuff right there for a console.
I mean, it is. It's cool, and I always find it interesting when people go into like modding and all that for the consoles. But if I'm not badly mistaken, depending on how this works, once you install RetroArch, you would have to reset it and basically delete RetroArch in order to go back to the Xbox OS.
No.
No.
It's a developer mode. RetroArch. You know how in Xbox One, regular Xbox One, you could download apps.
Yes.
So with the RetroArch, you can actually as an app in the developer mode, you can pull the RetroArch in there because what they're trying to do is they want Microsoft knows about RetroArch. They want the developers to be able to find a way to have more games and more indie games and all the the emulation of all their other games and so forth and so on. So they're allowing more things in it to be more like a computer. So you can actually run it as an app in the developer mode, but you got it like basically if you go out of developer mode, which opens the doorways to more glitches in your
Yep.
system glitches. You have to be able to not have the possible glitches. You have to leave developer mode. So if you leave developer mode, you can't run RetroArch.
RetroArch. Yeah.
So you have to
Not
be
only
in that
that,
mode.
but unless I'm badly mistaken, I think online playing is locked if you're in
Yes, yes.
developer mode.
The when you're in developer mode, the online capabilities is blocked. So you if you're a streamer who streams from console only, it's not an option for you.
Yeah.
If you're a PC streamer who streams console games through the PC, you'll be able to stream those retro games, but you won't have no internet activity in them.
Yeah, but here's what I'm getting at though, for real, is if you can't stream the games and play them on the Xbox if you're streaming from Xbox. But if you have a computer, if you have a
Yeah,
PC,
like I just said.
it makes more sense just to emulate it on PC.
Oh, I know, but some people might be like me who probably are probably trying to do a how-to segment and want to teach other people how they can play retro games on their Xbox.
Oh yeah, I mean it's definitely something. It's cool that you can do it. I'm not kicking that. It is cool that you can do it. I just don't see it as the go-to thing. Like it's not going to be something that it's going to be the thing to do because nothing else can do it better.
Right, yeah, exactly. How do you stream off the console? So basically uh John, once you have Twitch and you download the Twitch app into your Xbox, you just pretty much when you set it as the main broadcasting and you go to your broadcast and share and you broadcast it to Twitch through your Xbox.
Yep.
And
then the thing about Xbox, you can plug any USB webcam into it,
yeah,
and
yeah.
have webcam as well.
So yeah, exactly. If you want to add a webcam to it, I know that Leather Rebel streams from console only. You
Yep.
have to have
Eon Rock'n'Rolla streams from console.
exactly. So you just get a cheap USB webcam, pop that sucker in the USB port, download the Twitch app, and go from there. Oh yeah, you can stream directly from the console.
Paladin Baz, Fluffy Life, Biscuits, they all stream.
A lot of them all
console.
stream straight from console. So if you ever want to become a streamer, John, it's easy for you to do. You've already got a headset microphone that you can talk to people. You just need a cheap webcam to pop into that USB setup from there, and you're pretty much good to go. And you can become a streamer from your console.
And I'll say this: a lot of people don't know. I started streaming on Mixer from my console.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't always have a green screen and a webcam and a fancy mic with a boom arm. Like, I didn't have all this equipment when I started. I started with my PlayStation 4 and a Mixer account and a headset. That's all I had.
Exactly. It comes down to in the instance of that, it's what I like to teach people about learn and grow. You start off small, you learn, you grow. Once you get to one point here, you move up to the next point and you learn from there. And then once you're there, you learn the next stuff and go. You just learn and grow and keep moving little by little by little by little. Never ever ever rush into something until you know everything there is to know about the area that you're moving into before you go into it. So learn and grow. Now, with that said, talking about the RetroArch on the Xbox One, playing retro games and stuff like that. Earlier, we had talked about the Switch and my my daughter liberating my Switch. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got tech news for the Switch as well. So Tabitha, if you don't already know this, pretty much the new software update for the Nintendo Switch comes with a new method of transferring photos and videos. For PC users, you'll be able to use a USB cable to do a transfer. However, for phone and tablet users, the Switch will create a QR code that you can scan onto your phone or tablet that'll let you connect wirelessly to transfer all your videos and your pictures to your phone.
Yep.
This will pretty much come in handy for anyone who streams or content content creator using the Switch. I know Tabitha Sabitha, so some of y'all have to actually go check her out. She does a lot of Nintendo Switch streaming. So definitely check her out. But someone like her can definitely use this for content creation on her YouTube station and making videos to post up there for post-production and things like that. That's nifty. Hey, Tiermioner's in the house. I didn't even know he was here. So welcome. Tiermioner. 2 minutes grabbing a drink, guys, no problem. So yeah, this new update for the Switch is really cool because now Tabitha can actually take her gameplay videos or photo modes and stuff like that and share them to Discords or create contents or stuff like that. So it opens up a whole new doorway that says, yeah, that would be sweet, right? So
I will say this, with the Switch, and I'd say this to you too, you talking about buying a Switch, and this is rumor mill, but this is a rumor mill that I personally trust enough to say, but do take in mind it is rumor mill. A friend of mine who works with Nintendo has told me that they are going to be releasing a new model of the Switch that is going to be more powerful and will be optimized for either 1440 or 4K gaming.
Yes.
And so with Doom Eternal, because here's the
thing. That's later down the road. We'll don't talk about.
I thought you got to that.
No, we haven't got to Doom Eternal yet.
Oh, okay.
So hold off on the Doom Eternal.
I
Hold
got
off on
jumped
the
the
Doom
gun.
Eternal. Getting ahead of the game. Now,
Uh,
yes, I'm still friends with the Nintendo vendor when I was a manager for GameStop. Uh,
yep.
and that is confirmed. She's already showed me information. They will be creating a 4K higher gaming system. The downside to the new Switch is that if I'm correct, it won't be a portable system. It will be a like how you put dock it. It'll be like your dock. It'll be a it won't be something you can take with you.
So what I've been told is that it will be portable.
But not in the sense of the way it is now. It'll be as thick as the dock is.
It not quite that thick, but it will be beefy. And the native, like actually on the carrying console, the actual portable part will only be 1080.
Yeah.
Um, there will be the new dock will actually have some hardware in it that will upscale it to
Upscale it.
4K.
Yeah. Yeah. So like I said, it's gonna be a little bit beefier. It won't be the standard way that it is. You're gonna get the standard Switch. You can like they're gonna have the standard Switch dock where you can put your own
Yep,
dock in it and upscales that dock into there. But
yep,
then they're gonna have the upscaled model that you'll be able to use with that dock as well. So it's gonna be the dock is gonna have the upscaling
yep,
is what it's gonna be. It's not gonna be that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be the dock and not the actual portable thing that does the
yeah,
upscaling. Now,
yeah, exactly.
that said, let's go ahead and move off of tech news, ladies and gentlemen. And now it's time for game news, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we're going to get into what you were talking about. But before we get into what you're talking about, I'll talk about this. You could talk about Doom.
Okay, that'll work.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I know Hogo is one of the people out there that knows will know a lot about this. I know Sir Dunksy and Tierney on there. I know that if Blastbit was here, I know that he would know about this. Spring 2021, Mech Warriors 5, ladies and gentlemen, will be arriving on Xbox and PC. Makers of Mech Warrior, Piranha Games, basically delayed the game and DLC on Steam and GOG to avoid issues with the release of Cyberpunk 2077. It is essentially a smart move, says the president of the game company. He says that it will allow them time to port the game to the Xbox Series X and Series S. Uh, this will mark the first time a MechWarriors game has been on console since 2004, ladies and gentlemen. The president went on to say that the game would later go to PS5, but it wanted to take the time to focus on the Xbox and PC first. Game news: Fallout 5, GTA. Yeah, it's been a while. Yes, tier. It has been a long while, and I, as you know, Hellfire, I am a huge Mech Warriors fan. Okay,
I actually didn't know that.
you didn't? I thought you knew
No,
that.
we've never talked about Mech
Wow.
Warriors.
I used to okay, so a lot of people don't understand. In MechWarrior, you have clans, okay? And they were animal clans like the ravens, the vultures, the wolf, the bear, so forth and so on. I was a member of the wolf clan in MechWarriors, okay? Now, with that said, like I used to have the old school Logitech flight stick to control my stuff with. Now I actually have the because I'll be using it with Elite Dangerous when I have a better computer. Once I get a better computer, I will be able to use the latest updated Logitech Thrustmaster, which is there. It's a throttle and a flight stick with the rudders. I have it over in the box right over there. I would go grab it and show you guys, but it's kind of a little far for me to get to right now. But I do have the Thrustmaster from Logitech that has the rudders, the throttle, and the flight stick itself. Okay, add that with my Stream Deck and my monitor setup. Okay, you can pretty much guarantee I will be doing some beast level Mech Warriors 5. Everybody, so
Especially since somebody went fancy and just got a new monitor.
Well, see, you're making it out there. Don't say it like that because I didn't actually get it. It was an early Christmas present, ladies and gentlemen. It was an early Christmas present. Trust me, if it was my choice, I wouldn't have got this one here because this is a 720 24-inch. I would have gotten a 1080 22-inch to kind of match Mike, so it's kind of But beggars can't be choosers. With my money situation, it's a Christmas gift, an early Christmas gift that I'm not complaining about. Beggars can't be choosers.
Oh yeah.
An extra monitor is an extra monitor.
I was just tooting your own horn for you since you weren't doing it.
Well, I don't want to toot my horn about that. It's 720. It's a 720 monitor. Hello, I would complain if I could, but I don't want to because it's a Christmas gift. Okay, it's 720. I don't mind.
But an extra monitor is an extra monitor. I mean,
right.
If you're not
it's doing its job. I'm not going to complain. It was a Christmas gift. I'm not going to complain. Okay, I'm happy to have the extra monitor. So yeah, but if it was my choice, I would go smaller and higher graphics. Okay. Anyway, Paladin Baz is here.
Welcome, Baz.
So with that said, basically.
Oh, and Biscuits.
Biscuits is here. Hello, Biscuits. How you doing? Extra monitor. Exactly. Anyway, that said, it's time to move off of MechWarrior 5, coming soon, 2021, ladies and gentlemen, onto something else.
Switch Eternal, aka Doom Eternal, will hit the Switch on December 8th. No one was expecting it to show up on the Switch, but ID Software has decided to give the Switch a shot and see how sales for the games for games of these times will do for future Switch versions of their games. There is no telling how the game will do as of right now, but if anything, I foresee a lot of Doom fanatics getting a Switch to have the game with them everywhere they go. So here's the thing, and this is where I was getting into earlier, and I kind of jumped the gun. The 2016 Doom struggled, and I mean struggled to run on the Switch. I really, 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 really don't see the base model Switch doing that great with the new Switch, with the new Doom. But ID Software or id Software, depending on how you say them, probably knows that they have insider information. They know that this new Switch model is coming out next year.
Right.
That they are putting it out there knowing full well that the hardware is going to change in the upcoming year. So they're going ahead and they're porting the game for people that are going to go ahead and buy it and deal with the 30 frames per second and probably 720 graphics. But when the new Switch model comes out, I guarantee you that you're gonna be able to game in 60 frames per second, 1440 or 4K.
What I'm thinking is that they're gonna be doing they're probably gonna be doing a low res port for the basic Switch, and they're gonna have a higher res, more powerful version for the newer Switch that comes out sometime next year. It'll be announced next year. It'll probably be released, I would say, if Nintendo does it the way they've been doing before, it'll be released around November, close to Christmas time, for that Christmas time sales like the original Switch was.
Yep. And here's how I see it. I don't see them doing that. I think it will be the same way Microsoft handled the upgrade to the Xbox One X, because the same game, if you had the game on the original Xbox One, and then you bought an Xbox One X, you just had more files to download when you got the X to give it that extra boost. It added the 4K textures, it added it added that, it optimized it for the system that you were playing.
And that's pretty much what PlayStation does. Like where we own Valhalla for PlayStation 4. When I go to get a PlayStation 5 and I go to install Valhalla, it'll be the same Valhalla but extra files.
Yes.
For the enhancements. So
it'll just be a PlayStation 5 version of the game.
Right. But it's still more files.
I don't know if it'll be more files.
No, it'll be more files. They'll be.
I don't think have you seen the way the PlayStation 5 is handling their game files?
Yeah.
It's compressed. Like it's really compressed files, and I think the same game that you're playing on PlayStation 4, I think will have either less or the same because it's going to be better graphics, but it'll be the same amount of files on both. You'll have the
See,
same or less download
look
time
look at what
because of the way the PlayStation 5 is
look at what
doing it.
Hogo's saying. He's pretty much saying what I'm saying. It won't be more files. It will update basically overwrite the current files that are there with the other versions.
See, I can't overwrite it because the PlayStation 5 isn't going to install the PlayStation 4 file.
Right, but what he's saying is, so instead of it, like you're gonna get the same game, but instead of the lower res uh textures, you're gonna have a higher res texture because I'm playing on a regular PlayStation 4, not a PlayStation 4 Pro, which doesn't have the 4K capabilities. So the PlayStation 5 is 4K right out. So when I go to install it, it'll install a version that has those overwritten or 4K textures automatically straight out in it.
Yes. When you get a 5 to 10 gigabit update for Fallout 76 or overwrite speed. Yeah, but that's updating a file that exists on the PlayStation 4. It'll be different files for
Yeah,
PlayStation 5 because it's a different format.
exactly. So
That's why I was saying it wasn't really overwriting. It was just different files.
but speaking about PlayStation 4, or PlayStation, today, ladies and gentlemen, released today. I've already got mine. I've already got mine done. They released the new PlayStation Plus free games today. Let's see which will introduce new bugs because the files conflict with other files untouched. Pretty much, yes, exactly. Any game we get is going to have bugs no matter what we do. Exactly. Soon we're gonna
It's a bug's life.
exactly. Hey. Back to PlayStation. PlayStation, as we all know, with PlayStation Plus members, they always have free games every month. Normally it's 2 games. This time it's 3 games that we got for holiday times, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, the they've released for PlayStation owners who have the PlayStation Plus. You've got Worms Rumble, Rocket Arena, and Just Cause 4. All 3 games are free right now on PlayStation Plus. Now, I'm not a fan of Just Cause, so I didn't get Just Cause. You're more than welcome to get Just Cause.
I
You
already
guys,
own Just Cause.
okay, 4?
Yeah, it's 4.
Okay.
So I got Just Cause 4 came out just before me and Caitlin split, and Caitlin was working at
GameStop.
GameStop. Yeah. So I got the PC code and the PlayStation 4 code absolutely free.
And hey, that's fine. So anyone out there, other people, because they may not have it, if you have a PlayStation 4 and you like Just Cause 4 is one of the free items. The other one is Worms Rumble. I love Worms games. I remember when Worms first came out, ladies and gentlemen. I love some Worms. And we're talking Windows 3.11. Okay, it wasn't even on console. It eventually came to Nintendo, but it originally was on Windows 3.11. Then it came to consoles. Then you had other versions coming out like Worms Armageddon, and they had other versions of Worms and so forth and so on. But I love the Worms games. Okay, so the Worms game is a really good multiplayer game. It's very comical. It's I would say it'd be a really good game to stream if you're a streamer and you want to do multiplayer games. Worms is that game that no one's streaming right now and will get you some attention for streaming.
Yeah.
So I still have the original. I have all my flight sims, Hogo. I have all my flight sims. So, do you like the Worms games?
I don't think I've ever played the Worms games.
Do you plan on trying it?
I don't even know what the fuck it is, so I might look at it.
Okay, so the Worms game. Basically imagine 2 players, okay? And each
Mhm.
one of you is a team of worms. Okay, you have this area here, and you're on one side, and the other opponent is on the other side. And you basically lob weapons. You shoot guns and throw grenades, and you blow up stuff, and you're trying to kill your other team's worms. And you select the worm that you want to throw stuff, and you have an army of a certain amount of worms on one side and a certain amount on the other side, and you're burrowing holes through the ground to blow them up and have them drop and have them die, and so forth and so on. And you can lob your grenades up in an arc and land on the other person like that.
Yep.
So it's actually a really cool game, you know, and it's very interesting. Like I said, look into it. You may actually find it's that off the wall kind of game. It's a little janky. It's all about humor, ladies and gentlemen. So it's something you should definitely look into playing. The other game, Holy Hand Grenade. Yes, they have the Holy Hand Grenade in there. From Monty Python or Left. Exactly. They have the exploding sheep. They have all kinds of off the wall weapons, dude. They
I
had
mean,
the
here's the thing. I will give any game a chance. I've played the Rapture Rejects, which was the failed battle royale by the people that do Cyanide and Happiness. I've played what something fall, where it was like you had to like press this button and then press this button and like you had to like work to just walk. I'm trying to remember what it was like. It was like an indie game.
okay.
I played some really weird titles.
Same here.
So I'll give anything a chance. That's the way I look at it.
And just remember, this is for comedy. This is a comedy based multiplayer game. It's for shits and giggles, basically, gentlemen. It's all for shits and giggles. And they have, like I said, they have off the wall stuff. They have the sheep grenades and stuff like that. Worms is like an OG battle royale, right? It's only two people, but it's pretty much a a 2-player battle royale. Before, you know, last man standing versions of battle royale with a big group of thing and a shrinking thing.
Yep.
You had a time limit, and you had to beat the other team and kill all his worms off before the time ran up. Okay, so it's I want to see a remake of Lemmings. Believe it or not, I'll get some information on it. They are remaking Lemons. They are remaking a Lemons game. Okay, it is coming. It is coming, Hogo. But the other game that's on the PlayStation market is Rocket Arena. Okay. You know how in Fortnite you have that rocket that you can stand on and float around.
I know what Rocket Arena is. I fucked
Okay,
around with
but I'm talking. I'm trying to talk because other people may not know what it is.
it.
Okay, I'm trying to explain it. Put it this way. How about this? How would you explain what Rocket Arena is?
It's kind of hard. It's been a long time since I played it.
Okay, so because of that, that's the reason why I was trying to explain stuff. So go along with me for the show of people who may not know. Okay.
All right, I will go along with you.
You know, in Fortnite, the little rocket that you can stand on and float around and bob around on, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, and most of y'all should know that as well. This game, you have different styles of rockets, be it rocket hoverboards and actual rockets you can sit on, and it's kind of like Rocket League, but with rocket boosters and rocket boards and stuff like that. So it's a battle game with rocket boards, basically, and it's an interesting game. So with that said, you know, it's that free game that is multiplayer and gives you more streaming content thanks to Sony and PlayStation Plus. Here you've got some free games that you can play. That this game, Rocket Arena, if I'm correct on this, is not on PC. If I'm right, I may be wrong on this. I may be wrong.
Let me check because I think you might be right, but I'm not sure.
Because I think it's a PlayStation exclusive game. We're looking for this for y'all right now, so we can figure this out real quick, ladies and gentlemen.
So you're not wrong. You're not right.
I'm not right. Okay, so
Rocket Arena is available on PC, Xbox One, and PS4.
Okay, so it's not on the Switch yet. But still, it's not cross compatible. But it would be nice if it was a cross network game like Rocket League and Fortnite is. But I mean, it's a good game for streaming content, and it's free on PlayStation, so you can't go wrong with it. So, that said, we're gonna move on to the next one. Did you want to do? If you don't mind, I'm gonna do this next one and let you take care of the last one.
I mean, I didn't want to do the bad news anyway, so go ahead.
That's fine. Okay, so we got, and you're making me sound like I'm a adult. I just figured you want to talk about that specific game that's saved for the last.
Oh yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we do have some bad news for you. For at least for those who are fans of the game Cuphead. I know that a lot of people hate Cuphead. I honestly like Cuphead. People are like, oh, but it's so hard. I like that about it. You know, I like the hand drawing. You know, every single thing on it is hand drawn. You know, Cuphead is a phenomenal game. Uh, However, for the Cuphead lovers out there, the DLC has yet again been delayed thanks to the COVID pandemic. It's from what I read, and I forgot to post it into the notes. It's looking like they're postponing it instead of this year, like it was supposed to be. We're not looking for it towards around April of next year. Uh, why they're pushing it for COVID, I don't know. But it has something to do with the fact that once again, it's a hand drawn game. Everybody,
Yep.
they have to literally hand draw every single animation, every single character move, the whole 9 yards. Everything is hand drawn. Okay,
Yep.
so
There's a
I
lot of work
understand.
in that
I
game.
understand why it's being pushed. But just say that it. Don't say it's COVID. Don't use COVID as excuse. Say what it is for real, and we can understand and like it even more. It's
Here's
a
the thing, I think it might very well be COVID because a lot of these developers are having to work from home. When you work in a studio with everybody working together, things run smoothly. When everybody's working from home and they're doing this and then they're doing this and then they're getting on a camera and they're talking about it and then they have to go back and forth, it adds time and it adds up. I believe it very well could be
right. It could
COVID
be,
slowing it down.
but with the fact that this game is hand drawn, that everything in it is hand drawn, then they take all those hand drawn animations and the coders have to code it. You know, so just go ahead and say, hey, look, this is a all hand drawn animated game with the old style look, so it's taken us a long time, and then add COVID into the mix. Don't rest it solely on COVID. Rest it on the fact that you want the game to be perfect. You want the game to be a great game, especially with it being hand drawn animated game, you know, and COVID. So
Yep.
I would appreciate it even more that it being a hand drawn game, that you don't rush it. Any game, even if it's not hand drawn, don't rush the DLC. Don't rush the game. Take your time with it. Let's look
Yep.
at Cyberpunk 2077. Look how much they've delayed that. But look at how beast of a game it's going to be.
Oh yeah.
You know.
I mean, we don't want to jump the gun and assume it, but I mean, it looks good.
Oh, see, Blastbit said he's just getting home and he loves Cuphead. I'm right there with you.
Oh
I
yeah.
love some Cuphead. Like I've got this.
I love Cuphead, but Cuphead I've played all the Souls game. I've never beat a Souls game, but I've played all the Souls game. Um, but out of all the games I've ever played, Cuphead is the only one to push me to the limit that I actually broke my controller.
It's a love-hate relationship. Exactly.
Yep.
Hogo says he loves the Cuphead because of how much it tests him. Exactly. So he's on the run with you. It's a love-hate
Yep.
relationship. It does test you, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
For me, what I would love, for the same reasons that I want the same thing to happen to Kingdom Hearts. I would love to see a full animated Cuphead movie. Okay, I would, and in that style, not some CGI thing. I want to see it in that hand drawn animated style. I would love to see a 2 hour animated Cuphead movie, and I would love to see a Kingdom Hearts movie as well. I love
Yep.
Cuphead that much. I would love to see a Bendy and the Ink Machine movie.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be cool.
I mean, think about it. That would be cool. That's some game content or movie content. You know how some people are making games in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Cuphead, Ending the Ink Machine, and Bendy and the Ink Machine, and Kingdom Hearts. Those are games that everybody loves for the cinematics.
Oh yeah.
Make them into movies. Don't take games like oh, we're gonna make a Fortnite movie. I don't care about some damn Fortnite movie. Let me see.
Hey now, John's gonna come over here and beat your ass.
I know he is. I'm just saying that there's no actual story in Fortnite to make me want to see a Fortnite movie. You know. Besides that, let's look at the Monster Hunter movie that's going to be coming out soon with what's her name from the Resident Evil things. It doesn't even look like Monster Hunter. It takes place in the real-time real world, and they're military people that use the bones to make the weapons and kill the monsters. It's nothing like the game whatsoever. So when a lot of these people who are making these live action movies, they're making them nothing like the movies whatsoever.
So here's the thing. Monster Hunter doesn't I don't want to say it doesn't have a story because it does, but it is very, 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 very light on the story.
I know that Monster Hunter has a story. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about the fact I was talking about where they take a game that's set in a certain world and they take it out of that world and create something completely different. Like say, I don't know, a movie about two plumbers.
I mean,
Okay.
look at Detective Pikachu. They took it out of the Pokemon world. They put it in our world, and that movie was phenomenal.
Right, but see, technically, their world is so close to our world. Okay. However, Monster Hunter is set in a fantasy-based world, you know, and they took it out of the fantasy-based world into a normal world. That's what I'm talking about. They completely took it out of the elements. At least in Pokemon, that world is very similar to our world. So it's not too much of a drastic change to put them in our world.
Here's what I really see.
Yeah, look, hold on. Look at Hogo. Even Hogo puts it. The Sonic movie, they took Sonic out of his world and put him into our world. Now, it was a good movie, don't get me wrong. I love the Sonic movie, okay? But they're trying to take all the games out of the game world and put them into our world. Make us a movie where the game takes place in the game world. Go ahead.
I'm trying to think of how to word this, and I get where you're coming from. It's an interesting idea.
Okay, how about this? Let me prove my point real quick, and then you can maybe this will help you say whatever it is you're trying to say. Okay?
Okay.
Let's look at Netflix and the Witcher series, okay? They didn't take him out of the world. They changed a few things, ladies and gentlemen, but they kept him in his world. Okay? Let's look at Castlevania.
The Witcher exists in our world.
No, he doesn't. He exists in a fantasy based world, that doesn't exist in our world. He's in a whole different world than us.
Not according to the books. The books they it wasn't the U.S. It was built in was it Norway, or I think it was Norwegian. But he gave it a fake name, but it's all based off of I think Norwegian folklore.
It's Polish.
Yeah, Polish folklore.
Yes.
Like,
I've got the book.
It's still based in our world.
But it's not based in our world, because all the different lands do not have there's no lands in that world that are named like ours at all. Okay? None of the lands that they go to exist in our world. So even though it's based on our world, it's not our world. It's still a fantasy world. It's the same as Lord of the Rings, okay? Lord of the Rings is on Middle Earth, okay, but it's not our Earth. It's in a fantasy alternate version of our world called Middle Earth, where it's the certain age of man, okay? So it's not actually our world. It is based on our world. It's using our world as a skeleton, but it's not our world. I get what Hellfire is saying. It's the same with The Simpsons, for example. Springfield ain't. Hang on, my thing is telling me that my computer needs a restart. For example, Springfield ain't real, but it's set in our world. Okay, so
Yeah.
And I get that, but that's what I'm trying to say as well. It's not with Witcher. It is not our world. It is based on our world, but it's not. So it's still The Witcher is still in his elements. I'm not saying they didn't say, okay, we're gonna take The Witcher and we're gonna put him in New York. Okay? They're not putting him in New York. He's in his time, in his world, that is per the book. Okay?
Okay, but here's the thing. If even The Witcher would have worked, regardless of whether they kept the names of the places that he went. If they put him in the Middle Ages, they put him in the Dark Ages, and then they just kind of pretended that all these monsters existed in our world for the sake of making the movie, and then said, okay, this is based off of this, so we're going to call it what it was based off of, it would have still worked. the show
Right,
would
but
have still been a
they would
good
have put it in
show.
the proper time frame. What they're doing with the Monster Hunter movie is they're saying, okay, we have this Lord of the Rings style world, fantasy world here with these monsters and these monster hunters, and we're going to take them and put them into the modern world and give them modern time settings which they didn't have in the game. They're taking it completely out of the game element. At least with The Witcher, it is still in its elements of a fantasy darker time zone type world. You see where I'm going?
Yeah, and I definitely get what you're saying, but I'm not kicking that movie until I see it.
And that's fine. That's your choice, your opinion. That's what I'm saying here. I don't like where whereas Hollywood completely changes something to not be what it should be. Okay?
Oh yeah, and here's what I've looked at the previews of that the Monster Hunter movie. You know what the Monster Hunter movie reminds me of?
What?
It reminds me of a reskinned Jurassic Park.
See, for me, it reminds me. Do y'all remember the movie called Reign of Fire that had Matthew McConaughey and Christian Bale? And Christian Bale's character released dragons into the world. Okay, it's reminding me of Jurassic Park mixed with Reign of Fire. That's what it's reminding me of. Because basically you've got all these monsters released in the world, and then you got to create like the world. These monster hunters are now taking, oh, we're monster hunters now. We were military, but now that we got all these big weapons that we made from the animal bones, we're monster hunters now. That's pretty much the way the game is coming off to me. You know, it's that, you know, they're like, oh, Monster Hunter is a popular game. Let's make a movie in our regular world so that people can connect with it. Like we can really connect to monsters being in our world. Okay, it's a game. Give us the game.
People connected to Jurassic Park.
Right, and I see that, but that's what
None
I'm
of us
getting at.
has ever even seen a dinosaur. It's not that far fetched
Okay,
to make it a monster.
Jurassic Park, we've seen pictures of what dinosaurs are supposed to be. We've seen their bones. Okay, so we have an idea of what they look like. Okay, enough that if Jurassic Park were to happen, it makes sense that a scientist could genetically clone dinosaurs. They cloned a goat. Why not a dinosaur? That's a legitimate possible thing. Okay. Now, monsters that rise out of the ground or wherever the fuck they come from in Monster Hunter movie, and then we take their bones and create monster weapons, super huge blade weapons, and swing like it's Final Fantasy. You know, no, come on. Like I can see what's her name, Mila Jovovich, being able to actually swing that sword in real fucking life, like she was Tifa.
I mean, look at everything she did in fucking Resident Evil.
I feel like
the Resident Evil movies would have been shit without her.
That's because she's a hot chick.
No, it's because she was a good actor and made the best out of a shitty script.
Hey, it's opinions. You got your opinion, I got mine. We'll leave it at that. Okay. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, the DLC has been postponed. Now it's time to move on to what we've got for Hellfire to talk about.
Yep. So, an enhanced version of Metro Exodus is coming to next-gen consoles and is boasting possible multiplayer component. There have been a quoted dates for release, but nothing confirmed or set in stone. What is the quoted dates? You don't have these listed here.
They some of the quoted dates. They listed one of the dates as being March of next year. Some people have quoted that the dates are going to be in September of next year. So there's been some quoted dates, no actual definitive dates. Basically, just months and time periods. But there's never been a concrete date. And so many this one group over here saying, oh yes, it's slated for Q1. This group's over here saying Q2. This one here saying, oh no, March. Oh no, September. You know, everybody has their speculated dates, but nothing's been confirmed.
So March or September makes sense to me because March, if this has been in development for a while,
yeah,
then March would make sense. If they've already announced it, March makes sense. But if this is something that they've barely gotten working on, and they went ahead and said, "Hey, this is coming. We're making this. Get excited." It would make more sense to me that they are going to drag this out, do a full kind of in-depth look at how good it's going to be at E3 or PAX, and then release it in September.
Right. But with all the delays of COVID, it's hard to say when and where it's actually going to be.
Yeah, I got a feeling the if the second half of 2021, yeah, COVID's probably going to lighten up,
Right.
most likely.
Definitely Blast Bid. It featured the actual characters from the games. Just okay. Kunek. I'm not sure how I'm saying that, Nate. Hopefully I say this right, but Kunek. Hello. How are you doing? Glad to see you from Brazil. It's nice to have somebody on another end of a spectrum. Glad to
Yep.
have you here. So what we can do, as the notes say, pretty much. One thing we do know is that it is confirmed, ladies and gentlemen, for
Yep.
next year.
Yep.
So, and I like the fact that, as the notes say, it's actually slated to definitely be on the Amazon Luna service. So that's actually
Yeah,
pretty good.
it's interesting. All of these games that are coming out are going on this streaming service or that streaming service, and it's really interesting to see how these streaming services are competing with each other. God, I can't talk tonight. But they're competing with each other in a world where 80% of the world isn't ready for streaming games.
Well, see, the way that I see this, okay, you're right, but yet slightly wrong in that. Think of it this way, okay? They're trying to get you got Google Stadia, you got
Mhm.
Amazon Luna. They're trying to do give you games that you can access on your PC, on your mobile phone, on your tablet, anywhere you want to go. Okay? And
Yes.
that's awesome. This is awesome for gaming, okay?
Oh
Now,
yeah.
the technology isn't fully there. It's getting there with the advent of 5G and phones
Yep.
coming out and stuff like this. This is going to give game makers an open world to strive for, and these
Yep.
content services, it'll give them a, like, they're going to fail to some degree. They're not going to completely fail, but there's going to be some areas where they're going to fail, okay?
Mhm.
But it'll give them information and ideas of where to increase and make things better.
Yep.
Because think about it. You got to think of how the Nintendo first came. When,
Mhm.
like, we had the Atari, then they're like, "Oh, hey, we're gonna jump the graphics up with the Nintendo," and then next thing it's like, hey, we want to start creating a game system that uses a CD system. So we're going to contact Sony, since they make the Sony CD Walkman. We're going to make the Super Nintendo PlayStation. They had some
Yep.
differences and split up. It didn't work for them. It failed. The Super Nintendo PlayStation failed. They split
Yep.
ways, created Super Nintendo and the PlayStation. So out of the failure came new stuff that advented other stuff. So what
Yep.
I'm seeing is, in certain areas of Stadia and Lumia and Luna and all these different services, those failures are going to open the door to something that is supposed to be what it should be, but even better.
Oh yeah.
So
And so, and then we've kind of touched on this in the past, and I don't see this happening in the next 5 years. I really don't see it happening in the next 10 years, but 15 years, 20 years, this is where I see things going. Xbox and PlayStation are going to convert into game developing companies.
yes.
PlayStation owns certain developers, Xbox owns certain developers. With the every generation of hardware coming out, not only being stronger than what's on consoles, but also becoming cheaper and cheaper every single generation. There's I saw it earlier. It was a pre-built computer, $750 that squashed. Yeah, it was on sale for Black Friday, but it's a pre-built computer, $750 that squashed the PlayStation 5.
And that takes a lot, yeah.
Absolutely blew it out the water with what it could do. because it actually had a 3070 card in it. Like, it was just mind-boggling. The cost of the PCs are plummeting, which is good for gamers, and the cost of the consoles continue to go up because they're using proprietary stuff. I really don't see PlayStation and Xbox as consoles lasting too far into the future. They're going to turn into developers,
I agree.
and I think cloud-based gaming is going to be a thing. I just don't think it will be a thing the way it is now.
So here's what my prediction is. Going off what you said, Hogo says even better for the secondhand PC and PC part market. Yes,
Yes.
yes. Here's what I see happening, and this is something we've talked about quite a lot, and we have our own ideas for it. With the advent of computers and the new video cards, the new processor chips coming out, and with the advent of Nintendo PlayStation or the Nintendo Switch trying to make a higher powerful portable system, and we already got portable VR system. Okay, I see Ready Player One, be it our idea or someone else's idea, and with the advent of 5K, I see somebody somewhere releasing something like Ready Player One, okay, that uses the cloud streaming service with the 5K technology and the portable VR systems that will be able to do portable VR and be able to walk freely through the world using AR technology and VR combined, AR and VR. I don't see it as just VR, okay? I see it literally as a combination of AR and VR. Ready Player One from Sweet Biscuits, exactly. So I see it as like if you're in a home system, it'll be complete VR. If you're on a portable system, it's going to be an AR VR system that you'll be able to interact with the things around you and touch the objects in your real world, and there'll be objects in the game. Okay, so I see that advent. So eventually, like Luna and Stadia and their gaming services are going to be these like the Nintendo and Xbox games where they're game creators. They'll be creating content and games for this virtual world that Ready Player One is. That basically you're in this one giant central hub world that lets you go into portals that are the different games based off the cloud services. That's what I'm seeing.
Yep. Now, here's I really see this happening. 15 years, tops. If the predictions we've made in previous episodes about 6G and the timeline that should show up.
Well, so far
4G,
it's showing up.
Oh, I know it's showing up, but 4G was nationwide before 5G launched. 4G is nationwide. There's maybe little speckles in the very middle of the states that don't have 4G. Most of the UK and Europe has 4G, and now they're getting 5G. Most of the big cities have 5G in the states. By the time 6G launches, 5G will be nationwide.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna I'd say probably 5 years after that, 6G is gonna be nationwide. So we're looking at 10 to 15 years before we're gonna have 6G nationwide. And with 6G, with the speed that 6G is going to have, it's going to have the speed and the portability of being cloud-based gaming and cloud-based VR gaming.
Yeah.
On the level of Ready Player One in 10 to 15 years, very easily.
Now, see, like for those y'all don't know, not too long ago, me and Hellfire actually predicted the 5K and the coming of 6K, and I think it literally, it was literally. Well, hold on,
okay.
5G, whatever, 5G, and 5G and 6G, but it literally what it was like 1 month after we made the prediction that it actually happened.
Yep.
So we're on track so far with our predictions, ladies and gentlemen. Critical hit, ladies and gentlemen. We're pulling off some Simpson level predictions, okay, that are being proved within matters of months of our predictions. Okay, just want to kind of get that out real quick. Tinfoil companies keep up with 5G, yeah. And see, Tabitha remembers the predictions. So here's what I'm seeing. Okay, I'm seeing, like you said, once the UK and all the other areas of the world have the 5G, and we release the 6G, okay, with the technology of i9 processors, and I know for a fact they actually have i12s. Okay, they're non-commercial corporate CPUs, but i12s do exist. Okay,
Yep.
um, that said, I see the advent of things increasing dramatically for the gaming area, along with I know that Samsung is working on creating a cell phone tablet video graphics card chip that allows their phones and their tablets to get the same video quality as the RTX Nvidias. They're working on ray tracing for their stuff, which is going to increase phone graphics as well.
Yep.
So, with that being said, I predict us having the Ready Player One using the cloud based services and our new computer systems the way we're having them both combined. With the
Mhm.
cloud based services, I see it. Like you said, I would say about 15 years at the earliest would be, I would say, 10 to 12 years at the earliest, but
Mhm.
about 15 years as well.
Now, do you remember the other prediction I made talking about the cybernetics enhancements and pretty much replacing your entire body with computer parts
Hold
and
on one
mechanical
second. Hold
parts?
on. That's here. Actually, hang on. Let me respond to Hogo instead of typing it. Hogo, real quick. The reason why it's slowed down right now is because they have the i12 already, and they can't
Yep.
surpass the i12 yet. As soon as the i9s have been out for a while, probably about 5 years from now, we're gonna see the i12s in 5 years on the market. Okay.
I think it'll probably be less than that.
I'm just kind of saying that that's going to be the latest that we're going to see it is in 5 years. It
Oh
may
yeah,
be earlier,
latest five
but the
years.
latest is 5 years. The i12s will come out, and I'll guarantee you, once the i12s released, the increase will happen again with a whole new technology for the chips. So that's going to happen after the 12.
Oh
But
yeah, and once the 12 launches, I expect 2 or 3 years you're gonna have the 15s.
yeah, and it'll be something completely different. It'll be like completely different than a chip. It'll be like an itty bitty little chip for all we know. It'll be
Yep.
something completely different, some kind of new technology. Straight out the
Yep.
15s, even if it ain't called, may not even be called an i15. It'll probably be called something else, but it'll be something equal to what it is. Uh,
Yeah.
but right now the i12s are for servers. Yes, the i12s are right now for servers, but you can mark our words, they will be becoming gaming processors. Um,
Oh yeah.
but with
As games continue to grow graphically, and as programs continue to pull more and more power to do more and more powerful things, they're going to have to create more and more powerful technology,
Yeah.
and that's going to mean moving the i12 from server based to gaming based and user based.
Now, what were you
Uh,
saying?
at one point, I think the i9 was for servers.
Yeah, the i9 was
I mean,
originally for servers. Yes.
everything starts as a pro level. It starts as it doesn't
Corporate.
start in the corporate level. Thank you. It starts corporate and then goes consumer. So the i12s are corporate right now, but in a couple of years they're not going to be corporate. They're going to be
Exactly.
consumer
Exactly.
level. Um,
Now you were saying about cybernetics.
Cybernetics. Remember the one thing we said had to happen before cybernetics could really be a trustworthy method.
The security measures.
The security measures.
Okay.
So I was reading an article. I'm trying to find a solid source on it, but they had pictures and they had some stuff, and there's a chip, and I'm not entirely sure what it is, but it's about this. It's about the same size as a pack of gum. It's like 3 packs of gum stacked on top of each other. It's a fairly big chip, but this chip has it's basically a mini computer, a compact computer. It's got the RAM, everything built on it, and it is built to run one of the most advanced AIs that's ever been built. And they've already put this AI up to test. When this AI is installed on a system, it is impossible to hack the system.
Okay, now here's the thing. Okay, that may be right now, but the as far as tech that I know from my years of tech, uh, there is no such thing as safe tech. There is no 100% guarantee that something cannot be hacked.
Oh yeah.
That thinking is what the Pentagon used to think. Oh, hey, we're unhackable. We hire the best hackers. Every time you got like, for those of you who don't know this name, I know Blastbit will know this name. I know Hogo and possibly Dunksy and Paladin may know this name. But at one time, there was a major hacker back in the 80s. His name was Kevin Mitnick. Okay?
Yep.
Kevin Mitnick was the most famous hacker to ever be arrested. Okay? He was put into jail. He was one of the best hackers. For years that he spent in prison, he lost track of all the knowledge that he knew. Okay? And by doing so, when he got out, he was like, "Oh, hey, I'm going to go into security and prevent people from doing what I did." Okay?
Mhm.
What he didn't realize is that hacking and computers have surpassed him. Okay?
Mhm.
He is good with social engineering, but his level of knowledge of tech and programming has been far surpassed, and he could not prevent anything against modern day hackers. Okay?
Mhm.
So basically, like Hogo says, they said that the Titanic was unsinkable. Iceberg, hold my beer. So
Yes.
that is actually what the term is called. It's called the iceberg theory. Okay. Every time you think you have something that's unbeatable,
Yep.
undestroyable, whatever, there's always some little kink in the armor, an Achilles heel,
Mhm.
that will basically defeat it. Now, it may take a while, but the security measures may be really hard for a while, but someone somewhere down the road will find a way to hack it. So I'm again, like, you can get it all you want, and other people can get it, just like that RFID chip that you have. Okay, this person is not getting ever an RFID chip. Okay, I will go on a killing spree before I get one of those bitches put in me. Okay, because I know technology, okay, and knowing my level of I won't use that word, my level of computer expertise instead of the H word, I know what I can do. I know what other people can do. Hell no. You're not putting an RFID chip in me. You're not doing cybernetics in me. Okay? That's a hell no. In any way whatsoever.
Oh
One
yeah.
small virus written, boom. That's all it takes to fuck you up. And this is coming from somebody who knows tech and computers. Okay? I'm not trying to make you feel bad or anybody
Oh
else.
no, no, I haven't even said anything about you. Just jumped the gun and started talking about how unsafe it was.
Sorry, you were talking about the security measures. So
Yeah.
that kind of directed me to that. So anyway, go back to what you were saying because you were about to say
So,
something besides the security measures.
so this AI will double as a advanced version of Alexa, and it also will. The AI is going to be the security measure. The chip itself is no more secure than any other computer. It has the highest level encryption that you can get on a computer. It has everything that they can get available now. But if you try to hack the system, the AI can detect it in 0.000000001. I forget. It was like a shit ton of zeros. I'm being probably exaggerated, but it was a shit ton of
And
zeros.
all you gotta do is
It's
say fraction of a second.
yeah. Well, I'm exact. Yeah. Anyway, it detects that hack before you even hardly get started, and then countermeasures and will basically block anything you can do. It is It is physically impossible for a human hacker to bypass this AI.
Okay, now here's the thing. Okay, you said two things that I'm gonna drop. One for the
Yep.
comical sense. Okay,
Okay.
that's what they said about the Kobayashi Maru, that it was unbeatable, but yet Captain Kirk beat it. He cheated the system and beat it. Okay, so the Kobayashi Maru was unbeatable and
It's also
uncheatable.
fictional.
I said for comical purposes, ladies and gentlemen, the Kobayashi Maru was cheated by Captain Kirk. So there's that. Now, everything is hackable. I don't care what security measures there are. Now, going with what she said, okay? as you said, it is not humanly possible. Okay.
Yes.
Now here's the thing. This is
Hmm.
this is Retro's hacking brain going into gear right now. Okay.
I know what you're going to say too,
What
because
am
I've
I?
already thought
What
about
am
it.
I going to say?
What if you pin AI against AI?
Close, very close. Basically, with if you use this AI and if you use the same AI and write a program using it to program it to where it does the countermeasures of the countermeasures, okay? You basically write it to do the opposite of its security measures, okay? So for every time this one fraction of a second is detecting you and doing countermeasures, this one
Hmm.
here, this AI system is it knows what it's doing. So it's creating the ulterior and it's competing it. Now, what's happening, okay, is this AI system is using its resources to fight its polar opposite, okay? Now, while it's distracted fighting itself, basically, that's when you come in with a brute force system on a third AI system that comes in doing the brute force. So while they're fighting, this other one kind of slips in and creates a back door. Once you're in, you're in. You've got what you needed to do. So it is possible.
Yeah. If the AI was fighting other AIs, it is possible.
See? So that's what I'm saying.
And I'm not saying it's ready now. I'm just saying that it's interesting and it's exciting seeing that the technology is moving towards being safe enough to use.
See, and Hogo and Tabitha are right there on it. Okay, we got that. We got this beast ass cybernetics components with the super
Hmm.
security system. And Tabitha's like saying, "Oh, I'm thinking of Skynet." Okay, so this
Yeah.
AI is the AI that the chip. Okay, and the cybernetics are the cybernetics that are used to create the. You take. I'll take the cybernetic arm. I'll take this cybernetic arm. We'll take this cybernetic leg. We'll take this. We'll take this. And instead of putting them in a person, we'll create a robot with them using this AI system to control it. And boom, Terminator all starts.
It's a possibility, but Terminator's fictional for starters.
But
Second,
hold on. You said Terminator is fictional. Here's the
yes,
thing: science fact is all created from science fiction. Okay,
yes,
the look at Star Trek. The communicators. We got Bluetooth communicators for our cell phones. We got hello, beam me up, Scotty. Here's my communicator from Star Trek, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so every technology we have is thanks to science fiction. Science
oh
fact
yeah,
is derived from science fiction. So that be said, okay, they've already created that one robot chick that has her proper AI technology and has become a. They legally made her an actual citizen.
Citizen of Sudan, yeah.
Right. So that said, we have that super smart AI there. They're creating more AIs. The possibility of Terminator is getting closer to becoming reality. It is.
The only problem you have with Terminator is Terminator would mean that the AIs feel like they're being mistreated by humanity.
Wrong. That's if they have feelings. Okay. Now, uh, most computers, most AIs, most programs are input output. Okay.
Yes.
If you create an artificial intelligence that's smarter than a human, okay, and you give this beast cybernetic components to it, it's pretty much a matter of time before the AI develops its own actual separate thinking, unprogrammable, uncontrollable, that it will probably eventually develop a way to have emotions and find and feel to be hurt against humans. And who knows, what if, say, we like, okay, the military wants to use it and we're gonna send this AI robot out as a robot assassin. Okay, so that means killing is now in its coding. So that coding is now put into fruition, that an existence to be able to kill. So now this super smart AI has coding out there that it can take that has been programmed to kill and know what killing is, dude, you can't say that it won't happen. It won't happen anytime
Yeah, I can't
soon.
say it won't happen. I just don't see it is likely to happen.
Oh no, it's likely to happen. It's just not anytime in our lifetime. It may be like 30 years down the damn road, but it's likely to happen. You never doubt technology.
Oh yeah, but I mean, even the ones, the AIs that has a fucking citizenship in Sudan has a kill switch. There's a kill switch.
Right.
You're not going to create. You're not going to create a killing machine that can kill hundreds of humans
Listen
before
to
it can
your
be stopped.
words. Your humans
Mm-hmm.
put a kill switch in her. Okay.
Yes.
Now, if you create a computer system that's smart and has access to other computer systems, factories, things like that, okay, it won't be long before the computer is able to build its own androids and robots and stuff like that. Once it builds them, it's smart. It'll eventually be smart enough to create stuff that doesn't have a kill switch. Okay?
Yeah, fair enough.
So if it builds it, not us, we'll put the kill switch in it. If it gets smart enough that it can build its own robots, it can build them without a kill switch. Boom. It's always science fiction always creates science fact. It may not be now, it may not be tomorrow, but somewhere in the far future, it can and will happen. The
Yeah,
fact that
I
it
mean,
can happen,
here's my thing. I am personally willing to take the gamble because lycanthropy and vampirism are not happening. There's no way you can become eternal that way. That's not happening. Cybernetics is literally the only way you can be immortal.
now here's the thing. You're saying be immortal, okay?
Yes.
So for you to be able to be mortal with cybernetics, okay, you have to have pretty much 90% of your body cybernetic.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if 90% of your body is cybernetic, okay, how much of you is left? How much of you is you? How much of you is actually living compared to being inanimate? You're a cybernetic. That's not you. That is part of you connected to parts that are not you.
And then you get into the whole soul versus what is you? Are you this, or are you what's inside? Are you the spirit? Are you the mind?
And see, that gets into the whole theory, which we need to talk about on Mondays because we're going into a whole other subject.
Exactly.
But that goes into a theory of if you're not you, the soul, and all that. It's like fate and destiny. Everything happens for a reason. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm not saying that everything you do is planned out. No, your beginning and your end is planned out. What's in between is your free will to pick how you get there. Okay. Here's the thing. Why are you afraid of dying?
I'm not afraid of dying. I just don't want to die. It seems like a nuisance.
Now, here's the thing. Again, if your body, let's say the whole when Terminator Dark Fate sounds like Deus Ex Mankind Divided Now.
Yeah.
That's the whole when a human is not human debate. When how much do you replace before you aren't human anymore? Exactly.
Yeah.
And yes, it is getting deep. Hold on one second. I dropped my phone. Sorry, I dropped my phone, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, that's getting into the, how much of you is you, and it's getting deep, but how much of you is you anymore? Same, I
Yep.
want to live to be 100. And I mean, I can under that, wanting to live, wanting to live, wanting to live forever. Who can live forever? From Queen. Who wants to live forever? Everybody wants to live forever. Everybody wants to. But here's the thing. If you make yourself to an android and you're able to live forever, one,
Mhm.
you're not going to have full body sensations anymore. You won't be able to feel anymore. Okay?
That
Now,
depends on how how good the technology is.
The, just for the sake of things, you won't be able to feel properly. Okay, it'll be still be electronical stimulations. Uh, but will anybody want to have sex with you? Some maybe, not all. Will anybody want to be with you? Anyone? Will you have still have your emotions? Will they be
Your
actual
Pornhub
emotions?
sub.
What?
Tabitha.
Yeah, your Pornhub sub will be useless. Exactly, Tabitha. Exactly. You won't need to masturbate because your body functions won't be the same. Your feelings won't be the same. So you won't need sex. You won't need emotions. You're going to be a robot. You'll have no emotions. You'll have no feeling. Okay. So you won't need sex. You won't need love. Okay. But here's the thing. Okay, you're gonna live forever. Your thoughts are gonna be about the people. I wonder what happened. I miss so and so. I miss so and so. You're not. Are you gonna miss those people, or are you not gonna care about the people that you meet? Are you gonna care about making friends anymore? Or are you gonna live alone?
I mean, that's you see that time and time again in vampire stories.
Right. But here's the thing: you're somebody that loves to be with the ladies. Okay, you know you love your ladies. So, like Tabitha says, you're not going to be able to have to worry about sex anymore because you won't have feelings, be it emotional or physical feelings anymore. As such, you're not going to care about sex anymore. You're not going to care about dating anymore. You're going to be
Here's the thing.
alone for
I
the rest of
think
your life.
by the time we get to the point where we can replace that much of our body, you're gonna have the same. You're gonna be able to stimulate and recreate those feelings with a fake body.
Right, but will it be the same?
If it feels the same to you and your brain thinks it's the
Okay,
same, that's all that matters.
let's look at it this way. Let's think of it this way. Have you ever seen that Amazon Prime movie that has Robbie Amell in it, where the people when they die they go into a digital VR world? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
I forgot what the name of the show is.
I know what you're
Okay,
talking about.
but they chop your head off and they digitally put you in there. Okay, now is that really you? Is that your real consciousness, or is that some digital code of who you are, and it's just a digital copy of you thinking it's you?
But you're
Okay,
talking about going into a computer code, into a computer generated world versus being a brain inside of a machine inside of the real world. Like
right, but
there's a difference between
I
converting
know,
your
but what I, what
everything
I'm
into code.
what I'm getting at is how much is the theory of how much is you and how much, like, yes, your brain will probably be working with all these computer components, okay,
Hmm.
but uh your brain is like a floppy drive, like a hard drive. It can
Yes.
the EKGs and the EEGs can read your electronic impulses, okay, just the same as them being able to be read, they can be written too, okay. So who's not to say that you are you and what you're thinking and feeling is now the computer telling you what you think and what you feel and stuff, and you become not you, you're what the computer tells you you are.
I think the technology for that part of it isn't even nowhere near being complete. So I can't say how it's going to turn out.
Right, see, that's what I'm saying. When you're robotic, will you
Because
be able?
what they're working on isn't it's an interface that just relays electrodes. It's not even there's barely any computer aspect to it.
And I get that. What I'm saying is, it comes down to the theory that if you were to do a brain transplant, okay, when you move one brain to another body, how much of your thoughts and who you are is carried over? Okay, are you going to be
Mhm.
you? Or are you going to be a whole new person that has no memories of? Will your memories still be the same? Because here's what, like, basically treat it like once you unplug yourself,
Mhm.
and they unplug you, so you have no electronical impulses going through your body, through your brain to keep those memories. Once you
Mhm.
restart up, your brain is basically formatted, and you're no longer you. You no longer have your original thoughts. You're a completely different person. It may be still your brain. It might still be your soul, but are
Mhm.
you still you?
Well, I will counter that with a real life. It only happened once, and it was a experimental process. But they have already done a full head transplant. took
Right.
the head off of somebody, put it on another person's body, and he was still intact. He remembered everything. He was still who he was.
Not
His
anymore.
brain
Did
didn't
you
forget anything.
go back and read about the information? Because he's still alive.
Hmm.
Okay, but it's reported that he is slowly losing those memories of his memories. He's starting to lose them. He
So
remembers.
what's
Hold on,
happening?
he remembers everything that he all the new stuff that he since the operation. He can
Hmm.
remember those, but older memories are starting to fade away from him.
Yep. But here's what's happening. He's getting a his memories are meshing because of the body he has, because his body belonged to somebody else. And you can't turn off circulation to the brain for any period of time without doing damage to the brain.
Right.
But if you're talking about a cybernetic body and you're talking about enhancing the brain and you're talking about doing all these things, he had the memories when they first plugged him in. If you have a cybernetic body, you can have computer storage and backup memory to that storage. Because here's the thing, your brain only has to bring space to store about 500 years of memories. After
Wrong.
500 years,
That's what they. That's not a proven fact. That's a speculated fact because they haven't even scratched the surface because the human does not even use the full capacity of their
oh
brain.
yeah,
So we have more possibility of memories. It's just that since we can't use the full capacity of our brain, we aren't able to store. It's like having multiple hard drives, but we're only accessing one hard drive. We're forgetting that we have these other hard drives here. We're only accessing the one hard drive, so we have to delete and re-add, delete and re-add. And we have all these other hard drives that we're not even using.
I mean that's a possibility.
So
But
it's
the point
it's
is,
a it,
if he had the capabilities of backing up all those memories while he still had them, so that he could access them from a digital hard drive, the
right.
digital hard drive is not going to lose it. His physical brain might lose it.
Either
The
way,
digital hard drive is not
here's
going to.
here's what it comes down to. Right now, everything is speculation. We have
Oh
no hard
yeah,
facts, so we don't know which way it's going to go. Even still, okay, you can tell me you're going to be you, but you're not you in my mind, and you can do what you want. It's all you. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to enjoy my life. I'm going to live as I understand humans be
hmm,
and die as a human being rather than live forever as a cyborg or a not complete human anymore. You know, I want to
yeah.
stay a human. I don't want to be something that I'm not. Jason, for those who don't know, my real name is Jason, ladies and gentlemen. But retro, Jason, uh, is a human. Okay, I am a human being. Okay, I am going to. Me being a human, I want to stay a human. If once I become cybernetic, I'm no longer a human anymore. I'm a cyborg. I'm no longer human. Okay, I'm gonna die human. I don't want to become something I'm not, something other than who I am. Plain and simple. And that's my thoughts on it.
Oh
Do
yeah,
you?
here's the thing. I don't care how advanced technology gets and how commonplace becoming cyborg or getting enhancements becomes. There's still going to be people who won't get those enhancements. There will
Right.
still always be people that are
Exactly.
satisfied
Exactly.
living a human life because that they're just satisfied with that. Then there's people like me that just want to live to be 50,000 years old just because I can.
And hey, that's all well and good. That is all well and good. So with that, we need to go
With
ahead.
that,
It is now time. It is now
yep.
time. So let's go ahead and drop this in here, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you who are still with us, thank you for being with us. Give me a second here as I pull to see who is up and streaming. But it is that time. Please stay with us. Please do not leave. Allow us to do the raid. We have a few of you here. We always love the raid. It's always good. We know that some of you guys are streamers. We know that you like to have views just as much as we do. Thanks for the stream. Hey, I appreciate you being here. I know that Hellfire appreciates you being here.
Yep. I appreciate everybody.
One of the things that we want to do, we always end it with this, ladies and gentlemen. Suicide is not the way to go. With everything going on in the world today, from this disease and that disease and this political thing, and all the basically with the case of 2020, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, with the millennia, suicide has ramped in numbers
Yep.
increasingly. The help is out there. I'm gonna let Hellfire do some talking, but uh, the hotline has the stuff. Okay,
Yep.
from the online website to their phone number. Hellfire.
Yeah, they've got the resources to help you. I don't care what you're going through. If you need somebody to talk to, if you're going through some financial struggles, they are there and they have support. They also have uh, help specifically for veterans. So if you are a veteran, they can get you in contact with specialists that specialize in helping veterans. And or if you have somebody that you know that needs help and you're trying to help them, you can reach out for them and get the advice and the help that you need to help them.
Yeah.
They have the resources to help the people that need it. As we say every single week, we are here for you guys. If you need to reach out, you need to talk, and you just need somebody to listen, we are here. If you want advice, I am more than willing to give my advice. I'm sure Retro is
Yep.
willing to give advice. We're not going to give it if you don't ask for it. If you just want us to listen, we will listen and we will let you get whatever's off your chest off your chest. But
We've already said many times, we've already had it stated, there's a lot of demons here. That's what demons is for. We're
yep,
all about a team. We're about a family. Fluffy Life, Sweet Biscuits, they worked in the field. Sweet Biscuits is actually a counselor for that kind of stuff. Fluffy Life has been there. Tabitha is there. A lot of us are here to listen to you. The help is there. The friendship is there. The conversation is there. Blast Bitch dropping in. If the help is there, ladies and gentlemen, suicide is not the answer in any way. You know, reach out, talk to someone. You may find yourself a new friend. You may find someone has another outlook that helps you with your problems and make things better for yourself.
yep,
So
exactly.
that said, we got two people to pick from. We can either go with Hater Harper. Oh, okay, one of them dropped. We got Hater Harper is streaming with 3. Rodimus Games is streaming with 1. Is there anybody that you want to raid?
Not from the list. No, you pick.
Okay, so Hater Harper's new, and he's got 3 viewers. So let's go ahead and raid Hater Harper. He's a stream demon.
All right.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. We're about to raid. As always, hashtag raid, hashtag critical
Hashtag stream
hit,
demons.
hashtag stream demons. We love exactly newbie love blast bit exactly. So I'm gonna get this set to raid him. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, we love each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. You're pretty much what makes this worth us doing this. So
Yes.
as we go through this raid, just take it easy, have fun. We'll see you next time. Don't forget that you stream when again?
I'm streaming probably tomorrow and Thursday. My internet's getting turned off, so I can't stream Friday. So I'm trying to get some extra streaming in.
Okay, so Wednesday and Friday is Hellfire streaming, or Wednesday and Thursday. Friday will be me on Fallout Friday. I'm working on bringing you guys Saturday. We'll see you then. We'll also see you again next Saturday. So take it easy and let's enjoy this raid.